Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished. We're using the Colonial Charter mod version 1.6, and this is our town of Noble Landing. Let's see, I'm going to turn this on slow for a while I'm talking. From last episode, I had asked the question about how you get bees from apes, from the apiary. How did that come about? And Grammy Cat and Peter Ray both wrote in to kind of correct my, is it etymology? I believe that's the right word. The study of words, the history of words. That apus is the Latin for bee, kind of like avis is the Latin for birds. So an aviary would be, the bird version of an apiary. So that explains things a lot there. It takes the mystery out of that. And then got a note from Choctaw commenting about all of our little tiny dock houses out over here, and all that we're going to have built in here, and eventually be like a dock community out over here. He said that tiny dock house living from HDTV will be calling soon. It kind of got me thinking. This is really kind of interesting here, the layout of the tiny the dock shanties and the docks. And what if we were to purposely put some, well, what is the word? I can't think of it now. Not really a landing. Anyway, the place that a boat pulls in with docks surrounding it. There's a word for that. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't come up with it. And then place the dock houses in like they are houseboats pulling in to their slip. I think slip is the word I want. Into their slip. So we could do something like that. Maybe on the main river. Out over... In here? In here maybe. Put a boat slip area with houseboats pulled in. That could be kind of fun. Anyway, I got a note that would kind of surprise me from Crawlyurg. And I hear about him a lot on Vapa's episodes, and he's with Black Liquid, the ones who give us Colonial Charter here. And last episode I was talking about. See, I'm pretty sure it was it the Hunter, or was it the? May have been the Hunter. I think it was just before we hit the new year, and this was maxed out and still no duck meat showing. But there were other things that were showing that maybe other people had dropped off. They were in their pockets, or other things that were found in the woods, and there wasn't any room left for duck meat. And I was posing the question, if they had brought in duck meat, would it still be here even if it doesn't show on the list? Are there items 7, 8, 9, and 10 down below that aren't seen? And he wrote in to say that they do exist, even if you can't show them on the list here. Meaning that Vanilla Banished had only 4 slots available. Colonial Charter increased it to 6. And they're questioning now whether they should maybe increase it a little bit more, or maybe eventually figure out how to scroll this thing, or just what to do. But the game does count everything that does come in, whether or not there is room on the list to show it. So that is something that's good to know. We've got 6 slots over here. I'm trying to think of what here. All these are correct, but if a gatherer had off-season, went and grabbed a bunch of stone and logs and then came back to work and dropped them off, you'd have stone and logs here. Would there still be wild seeds and blueberries sitting down here in these slots? And apparently there are. So the game does accurately keep track of all that happens, even if there isn't enough room to report it. So that was good to hear. Glad to know that. Also, I brought up he brought up the idea of the concern about why Noble Landing got off to such a rough start, and how 1.61 failed to load my save. And so we got to talking about that, and turns out I did something that I had forgotten about. See, right about that time, I had just started the new RimWorld series, and we got into RimWorld Alpha 13 with all of the social aspects between the colonists and quite a few other things. And after playing that for a while, I was really kind of missing Alpha 12. Alpha 12 is a lot simpler. Alpha 13 is a lot more complex. and I was debating whether just to go back to Alpha 12, and I realized that I couldn't because Alpha 13 overwrites Alpha 12. It isn't a different name of the file. It's actually the same file name, and it just builds right over the top of the other one. So I didn't want to get stuck in that situation with Colonial Charter. So when the new mod, the 1.61, came out, I renamed it with a 161 at the end so I could keep it separate from the original mod. And then they both showed up in my mod folder. So I thought, oh great, I'll turn on the 161 and play, and if it doesn't work out, I can go back to the 1.6, maybe even go back to Ramblington for a while if we want to. Didn't realize that 1.6 creates some extra files that 1.61 then has to interact with. So there's more to it than just the two, what we'll call the parent files. There's some daughter files in there that they weren't talking to correctly, and that's probably what was going wrong. So it probably never was a problem with Colonial Charter 1.61. It was a problem with Noble Rambler. So that is most likely what happened in my attempt to outthink the developer of Colonial Charter to have myself a backout plan to be able to go back to the old version and enjoy that again. I probably did something to actually mess up my own game. I missed that completely, didn't I? Well, they haven't built it yet, so I can correct that. So anyway, 1.61 failing for me was more my fault, it appears, than a problem with the game. So that should not dissuade anybody from trying it on their own if they get the opportunity to. Anyway, we're going to continue with 1.6 though. There wasn't a lot of difference between 1.6 and 1.61, or even 1.62, which is now Vapa is showing you. So there was a lot of stuff done under the hood. There were a lot of radius changes, how things might interact with the environment, or quantities of, or just different numbers in the background that were changing, as well as little typos that were fixed, and I'm trying to think if it was gold ore or silver ore that wasn't working properly with a certain building, those sort of things. It did add the sandstone roads that would be right here, and those are kind of interesting. You can go over to Vapa's map and see those. He's got a desert map going, and I get Vapa Gaming in case you don't know. And there's the ability to brew coffee. The coffee house is in 1.61, and a few other things like that. But for the most part, it's basically the same mod. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with what we've got here. Am I running? I'm not running. I do that when I talk. I tend to hit the pause so that I don't have to think about more than what I am talking about. But I'm going to stop talking now and get back to playing. But it was nice hearing from Collier. Appreciate that. Anyway, let's kill these roads here, and I wonder, can I build a road up there? Seems like I hit a bunch of red spots right at the beginning. I can. Let's do that. I want a little more of a real split right here, real Y, and I didn't get that out of the other position. So let's do that for now. That didn't work. I got the wrong thing. I want that one. That's what I want. Let's take out that. Nope, just that one. And so we're going to go... Is this what I'm trying to do right there? Well, I'm making a big mess of that, aren't I? It's hard to create a diagonal from scratch. At least it's hard for me. There. So this one goes away. I can kind of picture that. Yeah, we'll let that build and see what that looks like. Okay. Anyway, I want to put this one in. And I do not want to cancel that one out. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to do in a really weird fashion. And I just, while I was talking, saw a bridge somewhere. You? No, those are stairs going down. That's why it doesn't match up. Okay. Anyway, all that by way of introduction. Let's get on with this episode. Okay. That's right. So we got one of these guys ready for rice. Is essentially what's happening here. We're going to ignore the 5. This one is ready to go as soon as rice shows. Once it does, this will build and it'll start producing rice, which will feed the rest of these. So that is fine. We were building more houses here because we really do need a population boost here real soon. How's the school doing? Keep tab of that. Just 2 students in the oven. Darn. Okay, so let's kick our speed up. Let's go to 5 for a while. I don't know of much more that really needs to happen right now. This is going to act as... I see. We swapped out these 2. Let's turn this one off. And that will get this one up and running again. This is our primary right now. Probably really don't need any of them manned at the moment. They're just acting as a glorified storage in a sense right now. And we're so close to it, they're going to randomly drop off in there anyway. So if we do have to pull another person out, we'll grab this one person. Otherwise, we've got 3 laborers and a builder right now. Building, let's see, wood storage just went in. We've got building supplies right there. So wood storage means we can get rid of this. Let's do that. I want this game to concentrate on using mostly the Colonial Charter buildings, or at least the intent for Colonial Charter. So while they do include the stockpiles, they're really hoping to store things in warehouses. And I like that look. It's just much cleaner. So now that we've got the ability to build warehouses, well, we do need to find some place to dump this into, and then we can dump it back into the storehouses. So that's got to be figured out. How are these doing? Are these pretty full? 80, 82, and 97. Let's take you back down and kind of figure out where we're supposed to be going with this episode. Let me glance back through my notes. Apiary needs to be worked on. Homewares need to be worked on, which means we need furniture coming in. Logs down to 30. Why is that? That's probably because of this. How are we doing here? Let's set these guys out. Wood storage, we'll watch that for a little bit. Let's think about it. We're dumping this, which means we're dumping... we can't see it anymore. Probably most of that 40 is all right there. Oh, that 40 is not real. Reclaim 154. This no longer counts when we tear it down. Okay. Still want to tear it down though. Okay, let's continue back where I was over here first. This one, logs are all in. This one, logs are all in. Okay, so we don't have any projects going right now that I'm aware of. That is 6 builders, and these are probably 2 each. Yeah, so that's all the building that's going on. So we don't really need these logs right now. So let's go ahead and continue tearing that down. Now would be a great time to do it. Alright, so that is tearing down. We're going to clean that up, which means we're going to have a little more forest here, which could give us a little boost to the foods and herbs and whatnot, which we have plenty of anyway. And we move 300 into our storage. Did it get there? 200 into the storage, and there's still almost 400 in there. So we're doing great on herbs, and we're doing great on food. Still at 27,000 on food, even though we shut down a lot of our production. So that could come out and a little house be put in there instead, maybe a log cabin, which will probably still have a smaller footprint than this. 4x4 log cabin is a 3x3 log cabin. No, 4x4 or 4x5, so probably about the same. Yeah, almost identical. Okay, so we'll swap it out for family, which means we'll get a little more labor closer to their jobs. The rest will come out of right here, which isn't too bad. So I like that. So when that goes away, we'll put a log cabin in there. Let's see. Marriable, well, we don't know what marriable families are. We know that we've got 23 families and 20 houses, so 23 able to actually move out. Let's see, 23. Let's take a little inventory of what we actually have in the town. How does that compare as far as kids? What am I looking at here? Next door. So no kids. No deaths for a while either, right? I think that was last episode. Okay, so let's just pop through these. We've got a daughter available. A daughter available. A daughter available. Ah, we have a whole bunch of unwed ladies. So we don't have a town of bachelors. But there's 3. What did I miss? I feel like I missed that group. Did I get through this group? I think I did. So 3 daughters available. Where are we? That one is buried in here somewhere, right? Wood storage. Why am I not seeing that? That is right there. Okay. So, yeah, we just have single females moving in. So those last 3 are not 3 families. They are 3 singles who need homes. I feel like there's one more somewhere. We run this run here. So we just another female. Another female. So that's 5. So do we show 5 now over here? We do. No, we don't. Maybe the 10-year-old doesn't count. But the 11-year-old should. Anyway, I'm not seeing any single guys. So we marrying off, or building houses to marry off is probably not going to work that well right now. Okay. Well, we'll just see how this goes. Anyway, that one is done. These are waiting to be done. And eventually we do want to move over. Grab a new forest node over here. Where should we put in an apiary? I know we want to lay out another pasture right there. So let's get that one done. And another plantation over here. And that will hold the footprints so we can figure out where to put bees. And still kind of be in the right area. I'm thinking agriculture's landing over here. Right? There will be a little bit of a void right here. That's a long walk in. This one, I'm thinking if we grab that edge, it's going to land about here. And this one kind of lands out over here. So there will be a void for something. Don't know exactly what that would be unless that's like furniture making in between the forests. That might be a good idea. That's all taken. There is this little place right here. I keep that in mind, but I'm thinking it would look best to have the bees out by the fields. We have a spot right here, which was going to be food production. Not that there's a lot of room for food production anyway, so maybe food production lands out in some other places. Maybe that's what's going to go on here and here. That's possible. Let's see about an apiary right there then. Ooh, we found a guy. I don't know where he came from, but glad to find him. Okay. Apiaries, food, raw resources, raw food gathering. Right there. So, can we? Kind of. Let's see if we reverse that guy. There we go. We can. We can even head down. Well, we can head down as far as right there, which allows us to drop a road in between. Let's do that. We've only got one mine right now, which I don't even... There you are. So, not going to need oodles of candles at the moment. This isn't going to be a map like Ramblington. We're not going to need, mass quantities of really anything. So, apiary, let's set that aside there. This one is mostly done. Let's go ahead and, make 2 builders. We'll get that other shanty in. And we'll just keep track of things. 3 students now. So, someone just came in. There was a 9-year-old. Hiding... Was I over here? Yeah, we're getting some families out over here. So, yeah, we're going to be fine. I don't know what you guys are worried about. I don't want to start Noble landing over again. Okay, that's good. Dock shanties being built, apiaries going in. Storage, with that going and with this going, are we sitting a little bit better? 70s, 85, 98, 100, 97. Good. Where would be good to put another storage? Though we do have the building supplies coming in now. Dare we pick one and upgrade it? 92. We could upgrade here first. I'm just thinking, crops are coming in. Where would that work the best at this time of the season? Probably should do this before this actually comes in. Alright, let's do that. Let's upgrade you. Of course, that's assuming we actually did get a second building supply in. Right there, it was just one building supply, yeah. And building supply right there. Do we have a record of 2 of them? We have a record of 8 of them. Oh, we're doing great. Okay. So with that, we could actually start putting in some warehouses. So let's think about that. How do we, with the least disruptive manner, start warehousing this area? If we put in, this is all iron, isn't it? Lots of iron. Lots of iron. Okay. Let's stop making iron for a little while. That is over here. Let's shut you down. And we will do that. And let's build the iron warehouse first. Now, exactly where? Again, land is going to be pretty valuable here. We need to finish this road here. Actually, that looks pretty good. I like that look. Okay. So, do I warehouse mostly up through here and one over, or mostly through here and one over? We're not going to get all 5 buildings in one line. I think I already measured that out and it didn't work. So, is this width any different from this width? Actually, it doesn't look like it is. This may be the slightly one space wider, which means we have the chance of getting some kind of an extra building here, more so than right on that little corner. Okay. I was just thinking about, in Ramlington, we tried the cart system at all the blacksmiths. Put a log cart and an iron cart, and all the supplies got brought right next to the blacksmith, and it worked really good. But if our warehouse system is right here, we're not going to need that at all. And there's no chance of getting a second one in either of these places. That footprint's not going to fit no matter what. So I would say let's go from this corner that way and then over, which means we could get one of the buildings in, hopefully the iron one, so that we will pull all the iron out of this, and we can get rid of that one first. Although that will open up a space that won't actually help us. It would empty it though. This would get brought into there, leaving room to dump one of these other ones there and probably there. Wow, that stone is piling up fast. We've got stone again. Woohoo! That's where our workers are. Sorry, we had 5 workers over here. Okay. We have an extra laborer in now. That's good. So it's starting to work out here. We've got one single lady. We've got a couple. Another single lady. The next set of houses would go where? Let's not worry about that just... Well, okay. They would go right here. Actually, it may have been best not to have taken that out just yet, because that's where this could have dumped. So we may have to make just a temporary stockpile somewhere and then dump it out. That might be the way to do it. But let's put that log cabin in. Give them something to do, because I'm pretty sure we've got no building projects going on except for the apiary, which is over here. 2 workers are assigned to it, and they're starting to clear and bring supplies. So, log cabin. Doesn't really matter where. You don't have to fill that same footprint. Somewhere in this circle. Or barely out of the circle would work, but I'm willing to commit one more footprint in here. So, either place doesn't really matter. So, convenient to the jobs is probably what matters more than anything then. So we put it in here. Let me think here. There's our sphere of influence for the market. And we do have a pathway to that market. Be nice to get a road popped into there soon. So let's get it within that sphere of influence. We're not going to put it right there. We have this road walking over and feeding this. So we could go right into that road. This one's going to go over diagonal. There'll be a diagonal running through here and then down into here. So this area is available. So let's pop it into up against this road right here. I think that works pretty good. So housing, log cabin, and we do have a couple of different models, right? That's not the right button. Well, that was the right button. Oh, okay, I thought that was rotating. Let's turn it this way. Okay. That's interesting. So basically left, right. Alrighty. Well, that looks like more like your traditional log cabin. So we'll do that. You're going to go into there. I'm going to kick you back one. A little bit more fire protection. Okay, so set that aside so we can watch it. This is being stocked right now. And get some buildings built, then we can get some stockpiles relieved. That'll be nice. How's our storage doing now? That one. 228 logs in there. We're not even 1/4 filled. See, these are powerful. Get a lot in there. Alright then, if we were to lay this out, let's see if we can do a little estimating here. So that is in here, and that is the warehouse system. So I definitely want the big guy in the corner. Do we want it right up against the road? I was considering at one time putting a double road in right through here. So double road shooting through and up like this, up into here. And then from the city, we're going to bridge across a double road into it somehow. So that doesn't tie into here in any way, unless it comes through the town and the double road's over. That might work. So double road system of some kind to here, and then up like that, and then through here and up like that. Meaning we do want to, without tearing out our blacksmith, maybe, because we have a gap here, maybe tear these two buildings out, move them over one. Assuming there is a space there. I think there is a space there. That would give us the opportunity to, if we don't blow it with this warehouse system. Okay, so one space in for the warehouse. And Crawlerg, if you are listening, there is one request that I have. The double roads do look good in certain situations. You know, your main road down the city, down a town, would look good as a double. And then little singles branching off. It'd be great to have a bridge capable of interacting with that. So right now the bridges are needing, let's see, where can I can do one from here. No, give me a place where I can make an example right here. Oh, come on. What am I doing wrong here? That's not a bridge. That's why. Okay, from there we go. See how we're 3 squares wide, but we're only going to be able to walk through 1 square. So you can't even put 2 bridges side by side to make a double road look good. If you're you know, basically 2 squares in between each of the bridges. So if we can get, oh, I don't know what, a bridge that is only the single, like a, boy, can't think of anything realistic. I'm picturing a rope bridge with slats, but that won't really work. So really it would just have to be a double bridge, just like in 1.62 you put in the double archway on the stone walls, which is a really neat feature because it will allow a double road to go into it. If we can get a bridge that is double wide for that main bridge in the center of town kind of a thing, you know, that would be outstanding. So there's one request I would have for, I'm guessing, the next major phase for Colonial Charter. I don't know if we'll get it into 1.6, but you know, the next round, that would be wonderful to have. Appreciate that. Anyway, I have no idea what I was doing. Talking about double rows. Talking about where to put the warehouses. That's what it was. So warehouses, I want the ability to put a double road in here, which means it'd be great to have a double bridge right there. And then another one coming up this way, so the double bridge would need to be right here. So that would be, it won't happen for this map. We'll just dream about it right now, but that is something that would be nice to have at in our arsenal at some point in the future. So back to what is going on. We just lost a dock worker, but we've got the folks to replace, so we're good. Warehouse system. Facing that way, facing that's furnace fuels and that guy, which doesn't affect this one. What around here? Furnace fuel goes into here, and the glassworks gets furnace fuel. Trying to think what else gets furnace fuel that would be in this area as far as aiming them a certain direction. What would look good? We're primarily looking in this direction, so it would be nice to see the face of the building right here. Okay, that settles that. So he's going to sit there. So if he does, and that would be the position right there. So we have one square of the stockpile left. Right there. Can I get two little warehouses in this area? So what would sound logical? I'm thinking stone and iron, and then logs and fuel. That sounds good. So stone and iron. So we need two warehouses over. Grab the iron, which is this one. So rotate you. Stone would be there. 1, 2, 3. It does fit. Iron would be there. Any reason to kick him back one? We can't. So that answers that question. Okay. So if iron goes in there, we will relieve some of this as it fills it up, while we start to tear down probably this guy and dump that somewhere, and that'll give us the most opportunity to put most of the stuff back into warehouses to empty this area, because that is mostly stone and iron and brick, which would be the material, I think. Pretty sure. So, yeah, we need to move him as that other one builds. So, where can we put a temporary stockpile? I'm thinking right there is viable. Here, that is forest node. And that's really it. We've got that area left. Yeah, we've got this area left. Okay, so, general stockpile. What is available through here? So we have all that space. So if we did 3 by 7, doesn't take any trees out. It does take a tree out. Okay, I don't want to take a tree out. You cancel. Let's do that again. Stockpile there, there. So let's come in right there. 3 by 8 that way, and he's ready to go. Alright, so log cabin just got finished. I don't know if we actually have anybody to move in, so I'd be curious to see what happens. I think we are done with our house building for a while. Merchant, did I blank that out this entire time, or is that a different dock worker? Yeah, I did not even notice that merchant came in. We'll leave it paused for a second, because I want to get the apiary going. So let's get a worker in there. We're able to get 2 eventually, but 1 will do for the moment. Alright, so turn it back on, and what have we got going on here? Filled canteens. No, don't want you, but can you bring rice? You are... no, you're luxury goods. Alright. Nope, go back. Dismiss. Thank you. Next. Alright, so that is going to be built, and we are not assigned to it. Why are we not assigned to it? We have 2 workers and 8 jobs. Really? The apiary's done. Log cabin is in. What else is... what else did I queue up? I only built that one. 0, 8. Alright. You guys are probably saying, well, it's what you just did, but I can't think of what I just did. So, alright, we've got... Okay, these don't count. What are you? Shore house. Doesn't count. Shouldn't count. It's paused. Paused. That's annoying. Paused. Paused. Iron storage. Why is it counting them in the list here if they're paused? Oh! Maybe these just completed? That might be it. What are you? Oh, we're rebuilding the storage warehouse. That's what it was. We're upgrading that guy. Okay. That's what I blanked out. Alright, then... Yeah, that's actually kind of important. I was going to say let's get that little warehouse done, but no. Let's get that done. That's interesting. It only gives you... What would that be? We go in that direction, so it doesn't show you the pathways. Okay. So that one we want done first, and you are here. You are here. And I think eventually 2 people will be assigned to it. Okay. And when that's done, this does not require building. It is in and it's being worked, it's being filled. Okay. So what I was getting to before I went on that little wild goose chase, can I tear this down now, or do I not want to commit the labor to it? What else are they working on? And they are working on, yeah, this is mostly laborers anyway, right? I think so. Let's go ahead and clear that out. Okay, so that is done. Well, that is being done. Just kind of sitting back and watching. Our scuba deer are heading across that way. We're going to lay these 2 out. I haven't done it yet because I'm still debating whether that is the right move. I think it is. I think it is. So I've got nothing to put in them yet, but it would, give us, well, okay, there's that problem. It'll give us a bunch more resources, but we don't want the resources right now. We're trying to eliminate them. So let's not set these up to build just yet. Though I could lay them out and pause them. So we've got them ready to go. Let's do that. And I can kick the game speed up now, can't I? There's not much in the way of a crisis going on. Hey, No. Single guy, no. You are not going to live there by yourself. I want to tell you to go away. Go find a single lady to join up with. You've already moved in somewhere. Where are you? Right there. Reclaim. Okay. Need you to move in with somebody else. How are we doing otherwise? 41 can no longer have babies. Darn. 42 can no longer have babies. So where did our single guy move into? Don't know. There was a single lady over here somewhere. Right there. She still is. Oh, that's a single guy. Did I get that wrong originally? I probably did. Anyway, he's not there anymore. We want the next marriable couple to grab that house. We're going to be really defensive on what happens with our log cabin. That's going to be a family. Anyway, what on earth was I doing? I was going to lay these out, and I was going to kick the speed up doing it, because nothing else is all that important right now. Just going to let them do their thing. So you're going to go up to 5. We're going to lay out another plantation. And I think it'd be in the same position here. We'll do something else right there. We do want a road going across, so let's throw that in. Right? No, I kind of want the road to go right through here. Where does this lay out? Let's drop that in place just out of curiosity. Food, plantation. So if we were to go 10 wide, we wipe out the ability to... Well, I can fix that. I can fix that. So yeah, we will put a road right through there. And that lines up better with shooting a road out in this area and kind of landing out over here, rather than going over here and wiggling around the shore and wiggling back and then continuing. So let's do that. So you're going to go from there to there, 10 by 15. 10 by 16 we did last time. I guess we snuck in one more because we could. So we'll match that one. 10 by 16. That works. And a road over there, just to give our two builders something to do. Our one builder something to do. Died of old age, died of old age. So let's go ahead and evict our last vendor. These will function just fine as storage spaces. Now we have an extra laborer available. Okay, so our two builders, I was saying, give them something to do over here. Not necessarily to build this entire road, it's not necessary, but why did that not go? There we go. I can at least get a stub going in there as a reminder is what we're going to be doing. Okay. So then I want to... That's right, I was going to pause this though. That's right, I was just going to drop it in place and not do anything with it so we don't add that to the congestion over here. Hey, we're in. Okay. Have at it, guys. But let's kick the speed down. Didn't realize that happened. Still have one laborer. School. 8 students. Woohoo! The recovery is happening. Let's put in a warehouse system over here. This guy. Aiming that way. Kick it back a space. But we'll stay on this. We'll hug this road right here. Because we could not have gone in one space if we wanted to because these guys were hidden shore. So you're going to go there. And theoretically that leaves room for stone right there. Yep. Okay. That's going to go there. When these build, we'll delete these. They'll dump into here and we'll build the last 2 warehouses. Which means we're going to have a little void back behind here. What do we do with that? Maybe we'll stick a smuggler in there or something. Build reeds all around them and hide them in there. Alright, so this is being cleared and we need to get in that pasture. Now size... think about that. Where are you at? Food, pasture. And that is the place. We're going to go in one space in all directions. We don't necessarily have to hit a specific road pattern over here. And we don't have to worry about that little corner down there as far as not being able to drop goods off. They can drop off still and, so many spaces away, so you can have some obstacles and not harm yourself. The road, I would need it to go right there if I actually wanted the roads to line up. That's not particularly necessary. 10 by 20 sounds like what we did in the other one. Pretty sure a 10 by 20 would give me the ability to split off cattle if we needed to in the future. Yep, let's go with 10 by 20. You're going to go there. Do I want to commit those resources to our stockpiles? We can if we get these built first. Okay. We're still waiting on this one though. Right there, 2 people are building. Oh, we're out of lumber. We're out of lumber. Didn't notice that. Okay. We're out of another... Has replaced, so it didn't harm us. Okay. Okay. So, lumber, need to get going again. So we're going to have no builders for just a little while. Let's do that. No, you're down. What am I missing there? You're the same as the woodcutter? Let's turn you on. I think you're the same as the woodcutter. Yeah, that's a wood chopper symbol. So you are that guy. Which we could do without for a little while. Let's do that. We'll just swap jobs for a little while. Don't need a lot of lumber. I'm not building a lot of houses with lumber at the moment. Alright, I like that better. Let's get one builder going again. Okay. So woodcutter is going to cut us some boards up. Then he's going to go back and continue chopping firewood. This got in. That looks really good. Looks a lot better than what was there before. And we can still get... I don't know if we can. Can I get one more space in there? There, that one. I can. Great. And I wanted to finish this. So, let's... That's why we did that little jogs. There. 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 And, whoops. There. Yeah, something like that. We may take that out and put a building there later on if it's necessary. I know we're running out of time for this episode. Lumber's being made to get this guy going. Boy, I had no idea that was going to be down that long. That's got to be hurting. We got goods that have not been brought in, but it is the end of the season, so that's why those are down there. Otherwise, I'm not seeing a lot of stuff piled on the ground. There's some fish. Stock storage is full. Yeah, we're going to be hurting a storage space for a little while. We got room over here, though. They can eventually bring it over if they need to. Once that is rebuilt, I think I'm going to go immediately into rebuilding another one. And all of this will dump into that one, and then when that's done, we'll tear this one out, move it over one space, and then rebuild it. Yeah, I think that will work. In between all of that, we'll probably get another dock warehouse somewhere. You know, we'll continue expanding out over here or something next episode, so that will be fine. So, that is in. Let's keep a record of that. Log cabin. That dude moved back, didn't he? Helion, you really have no one to pair off with, huh? I'm going to course you one more time. You're not going to like me. In fact, your happiness is probably tanking right now, but let's... This one, right? Yeah. Let's do that. You're homeless. You're still happy. Let's watch you for a little bit. You're working. You are a hunter. Alright, you're still a hunter. You're still working. And you have found another job, and you're still happy. I would have thought that taking your house away would have harmed your happiness. Maybe not. It would harm my happiness. So you reclaim. Okay, I give. You win. Out of laborers again. Alright. So, I think it's time to shut this one down. We do have a lot of folks coming soon. There's 9 students. Oh. I can do this. We have lots of stone right now. Okay. There. Actually, that one. Alright. That gets our builder back. We'll keep one. There's not a lot going on right now. Okay. I think that's our temporary solution. We're doing great on stone. And these are going to get built. That is the priority, though. I could do this. Let's... Well, These require what? That requires lumber also. Yeah. We got to get the lumber going. Okay. In fact, we do have to get the lumber going. Let's temporarily get a second person in here. We'll do that. I did the wrong one. Never mind. There it is. One of you, one of you. Alright. We're going to get lumber created a little bit faster. We're going to get some of these projects funded as far as materials. Then we'll start to even out our labor again. Trader is in, and I think that'd be a great place for next time. I'm going to leave these up in the air. Hopefully next time when I turn the game on, I'll see the lumber, and that'll flag my attention as to what's going on. So let's call our quits there. We'll find out what this trader brought us next time. I thank you guys for watching. This has been Noble Rambler. Please hit the like and the thumbs up down there below the video. I'd really appreciate it, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye, folks.